There are over 9,000 articles per day about how to use AI in your sales process. And I think they're not very useful. And I will show you in this video how you can use AI for your daily sales work as a founder and why you shouldn't use AI for a lot of tasks you have. And I will give you a small 4-second test. And it's very easy for you to understand how to use AI for what kind of work you do every day. So when I think about this, what is told in those articles, they say, well, AI has to support humans and it is easier for you and you will have more time for yourself. That's on one hand, it's true that we have a lot of automation going on and it's spectacular and it's amazing what AI can do. But in the sales business, like I told you in the last video, it is people's business. And you have to automate just like 10 or 20% of your work. 80% must be done by the founder. And when I'm consulting a startup, I'm consulting a startup at the moment, and when I read those texts they sent me, they send an outbound outreach email to potential customers and sent me this over, and it was written by an AI. And you can read this in the email, and it is so awkward. It is so strange when you read the whole text. And they told me, I asked him, okay, in business to business sales, okay, I know there is only this feedback quote, or you just receive 1 to 2%. But they said just like nobody answered this because this was automated. There was this text written and it was sent out to 100 potential customers. And it was 100 times faster and getting more awkward then to potential customers where you should have written this by yourself. So it's so important that you use AI for like boring stuff, for something you don't want to do every day, like repetitive tasks, because they're too boring. But the most important stuff for your clients and your customers must be done by yourself. So, what do I automate? I automate all my preparation stuff, really the boring stuff, all my research. I ask AI and I use a lot of AIs, of course, a lot of tools. Please do that research on that potential customer. Please clean my CRM. Please do this boring preparation or bookkeeping stuff where you can use an AI to sort of to organize your maybe your folders as well. Then you can use an AI agent. But I would never ever use an AI for an outreach, for talking to a human or writing a human. So never ever for this. I can prepare all my sales negotiations with AI, of course. But in the negotiation itself, I must train myself. I must be aware, what do I say? What am I listening to? AI can formulate phrases, but it will never listen to pauses and understand, for example, why a customer isn't reacting to something. When I make A/B tests, for example, with him, and I present him the first proposal or the next proposal. So the AI is not able to prepare you for this. The second thing is when you're talking about prices, and price negotiations is the center of sales negotiations. Of course, you can prepare yourself with the market prices or looking at competitors with the help of AI. But the price negotiation itself must be done by you. And you must learn how to argument your pricing and how to stress out your benefits of your products, for example. So, the 4-second test I want to give you here is just when you write something or when you send out something to a potential client or customer, ask yourself, how embarrassed would it be for yourself when he or she will notice that this is written by an AI? And if you see some personal emails, never let them write or be written by an AI. Or if you see something else that must be personal and that involves a lot of feelings and emotions and a lot of arguments here as well, never take this standard AI stuff. Do a weekly just checkup for yourself. What did you do last week when you put it on your Friday? For example, Friday morning, ask yourself first of all this question: how embarrassed would that be if a customer learns that I only use AI? This only takes the 4 seconds. And the next thing is that you sit down with your team on a Friday and you ask yourself, what did we do last week? Where did we work with AI? Did it really help us? And did it really save us time? But this time, was it really invested into the customers and not buying the next AI tool or looking for fancy AI videos? So do this AI whole checkup with your company and yourself. Use AI for the boring stuff. Automate research stuff. Automate this stuff you needed hours for because you just did a lot of researching on Google or other search engines. But for the personal stuff, the most important stuff in sales is the people stuff, the negotiations, the communications, everything what is dependent on your client. Use humans, use an employee, or do it by yourself when we're talking about founder led sales here. That's the main question. If you have anything about that, just leave a comment here how you use AI, and I will follow up on this and answer every question.